Again, listen, for our properties, here's what I'm trying to show you. All right, the commutative property. Commutative property deals with the order. If there's a mixed up order, it is called the commutative property. What I mean by that is, again, listen carefully. Carly said the answer was B. However, I want you to look right here. We're looking for the one that does not show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but listen to me. Listen to me. The order is different here, right? A plus B is equal to B plus A. The order is changed. Listen now. Over here. Now, it also says the commutative property for what? Addition. Well, the only one that doesn't have addition is what?
AB equals A.
Is the only one that's not dealing with addition is what? D. So the correct answer is D. That would be considered the commutative property of multiplication. Come on, you guys got to pay attention now. All right, we rushed through this on Friday, so I got to go back and kind of review. So notice on A, does everybody understand how A, the order is different? 3x plus 4y, 4y plus 3x, right? Anytime the order 8 plus x is equal to x plus 8, when they change the order, it has to do with commutative property. Happy? All right. Now, it says over here, 2 times 3 times 4. Over here, is it the same order? 2 times, no, is it the same order? No. They've mixed up the order, right? So as soon as the order is mixed up, I know it has to do with what? Well, yes, it had, no, that's what I'm saying. You got to listen to me. They're tricking you here on this problem. All right? Associative has to do with parentheses. That is correct. But the only way it can be associative if the order is not mixed up. I'm telling you, that's what I'm highlighting here, guys. Look up now. Make sure you understand what I'm saying. Is the order the same? 2, 3, 4. Is the order mixed up?
Yes.
The order is mixed up. Therefore, it has to be a commutative property. You hear me? You sure you're hearing me? I'm not real sure. You good? No, I don't want you to guess. You've got to be brave. I said, are the numbers in the same exact order? 2, 3, 4 is not, it would have to be 2, 3, 4 in order for it to be the associative property. You hear me? The order, that's what I'm telling you. If you let me help you and if you let me change what's confusing to you, it's easy now, right? The order is different. 2, 3, 4. This is completely different. So as soon as the order is changed, it can't be the associative. It must be what? The order, commutative.
But that's addition.
Oh, yeah. Wow. They did kind of make a mistake. That's supposed to be the commutative property of multiplication. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're, yeah, this is a bad one. Let me explain. No, come on. You have a fit. Come on, try to listen to me. All right? This is actually a typo, guys. All right, let's go ahead and fix it. If it was the associative property, it would be this, guys, and I'm sorry about that. All right, it would be 2 times 3 times 4 is equal to 2 times 3 times 4. So everybody just make that a note. All right, everybody write that up. That's the associative property of multiplication, not what they have written down. What they have written down is definitely wrong. Yeah. Yes, but the grouping symbols are different. When the order is mixed up, that is correct. We're going to go through that and I'll show you that. Well, I just fixed it for you. You hear what I'm saying, right? Right? I want you to just say, I want you to change it to this. All right, so it's the associative property. All right, let's look at number 3. What?
What is associative?
It's your grouped, how you're grouped. In other words, look right here. You're going to do 2 times 3 first, and then you're going to multiply your answer by 4. Is that the same as if you multiply 3 times 4 and then multiply by 2? Yes, it is actually. That's what they're telling you. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24.
So is it? I'm confused which one it is. Is it B or C?
Well, I want you to put down, okay, I'll try to, let me say it one more time, ready? What I want you to do is, honestly, here's what I want you to do. I want you to kind of cross this out. This was a bad example.
Okay.
That was a bad example. They made a typo, all right? And obviously I did not make this up, right? So that's definitely a typo. I just want to go ahead and cross out C altogether, all right? The correct answer for associative property is the order remains the same, but the parentheses move. Is everybody with me on this? All right. So now let's look at the next one. Which of the following does not show the commutative property? All right. So the commutative property deals with order. Gavin, which one is obviously the answer?
D.
Has to be D, right? Because look at A. The order is changed. Do you agree?
Yep.
Order is changed. Order is changed. This has nothing. I don't even know what that is. All right. Associative. Now I want to see if you know. It has, the only possible answer here is what? Because remember,
On B.
it has to be B because it's dealing with parentheses. Jack, you with me on that? All right. Does everybody understand why 4 has to be B? Right. It's the only one that's dealing with parentheses.
Why is it crossed?
What is crossed out? That pink line is just, teachers sometimes do that if one of them is in the answer key. This was supposed to be the answer key, so I didn't get confused. All right. So now, identity. Which one is an identity? Well, identity of what, though? Addition. Is B have addition in it? Does B have addition? No, so that's out. D is what? Addition, but it's the what? Associative, so that's not my answer. 3 plus 4 is 4 plus 3, that's a what? Commutative, so the only possible answer is A. Now, why is that called an identity? It's called an identity because
The problem is like
the answer stays the same.
the same.
Right? So an identity is when you stay the same. So if you add 0, you remain the same. Multiplication, what would be the multiplicative identity? Which is a fancy word. What do you multiply by?
7 times 1.
Yay, very good. Right, that's exactly right. Whenever you multiply by 1, you remain the same.
I have an idea for the identity. Because it doesn't want to show its real identity for the sake of something.
That's exactly right. I used to do those with all the properties, make up a little something. All right. So now on 6, A times B times C, A times B times C. Is the order the same? Are the grouping symbols different? So it has to be what?
Associative.
Now, are we adding or multiplying?
Multiplying.
It has to be associative.
Right. D. 7. Which equation is commutative property for multiplication? Bradley. You're awesome, buddy. The order has changed. Very good. Which property of addition is used? So what is this one now? Again, underline 794. Wow. So Gavin, what is that?
Associative.
That's exactly right. Associative property. I don't care. Which operation will not change the value of any non-zero? If you add 1, does that change it?
Yes.
If you take 4 and add 1, does that? Yes. If you multiply by 1, does that change it?
No.
Very good.
Is anything?
Right. Right. If you multiply by 0, you're always going to get what? So that changed. All right. And you can't really ever divide by 0, so this is a big mistake. All right. Uh-oh. Now you guys should be able to tell me what's 5 plus 0 equals 5. What is that? Because, right, you're remaining the same, right? There you go. All right, that wasn't that hard. All right. Properties will be easy on the test, just like this. I don't care. Remember, you guys? I don't care.
I'm not sure what
Which one? Well, remember, the reason why this is an identity is because anytime you add 0, you stay the same. That's how I remembered it was an identity. It's a property. Like, if you take 3 and add 0, why is that 3? You're adding 0. So that's called a property. Anytime you add 0, you remain the same. Just like there's a multiplication property or an identity. 3 times 1 is what? That's an identity. You hear me? All right, these are just things you have to know. Just like commute. Commutative property is when the order is changed. Associative property is when the parentheses change. You with me? An identity is when you remain the same. What do you add to remain the same? You add 0, or you multiply by 1. Those are the identities. Quick.
Will always be first, like say it's 0 plus
No,
2.
no, it doesn't have to be first.
And what happens if there's going to one test?
Don't worry about that. What? I don't know. Thursday.
But if we don't have school,
Listen, you guys. There's nothing I can do. I don't make the rules. All right. So I promise you, my test dates are Thursday and Friday.
okay, so then.
So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I promise you, it'll be so fair you won't even believe it. If you're not prepared, you're not taking the test. Simple as that. All right. I don't want you worried about a test. That's not the way I do things. All right. You just come in here and work hard every day, and you're going to be fine. You don't ever have to worry about it. I don't care. Go. You're interrupting class. Everybody who asks me a question that doesn't pertain to math, what are you doing? You're interrupting me. There's a water fountain right out there. I understand you get thirsty. Go get a drink. You got to use the restroom. The restroom's right outside my door. Go use the restroom. But now I'm wasting time talking about going to the restroom and getting a drink, and I'm not doing math. All right? I'd much rather do math. All right? So here we go. Now here's the tricky part now. Now we're into the real review.
Oh, I know.
Now, when I say 3 less than, listen to me. Am I starting at 3 or am I subtracting 3? I'm subtracting 3. And then I'm going to take a number multiplied by 6. So how do I write? Yes, Kevin. Sit down and I'll get it.
So it's
So a number multiplied by 6, how do I represent that?
we'll do 6b.
6b. I like that. 6b minus 3. That's your answer. Now, the mistake most people make, remember, when they see 3 less than, they do what? 3 minus. But not us. All right? When we're 3 less than, that means we're subtracting 3 from something. What? All right. Uh-oh. 5 more than. What does that mean? Plus 5. That is correct. Plus 5. Now, what does quotient mean? Yes, it does mean divide. Divide by 3. Does it matter what number or letter you want to pick? Now, remember, quotient, the only thing I want to tell you about quotient is I prefer that you make it a fraction. So b over 3 plus 5. b over 3 plus 5. All right? Tell me about number 3. What does sum mean to do? That's right. What am I going to add?
9.
And what else?
You're going to subtract.
Wait a minute. The sum of 9 and a number. How do I write that? 9 plus x. The sum of 9 plus x, and then what? Now, again, this is another really nice little tricky question. Is it minus 12 or 12 minus?
Isn't it 12 minus?
That is correct. Because why? Because you're, you're subtracting from. If I say 3 is subtracted from 10, what's 3 subtracted from 10? 7, right, which is exactly right. So the point is, you're going to have to say 12 minus, now, 12 minus the sum. I also want to show you, this is kind of tricky here too. 12 minus, we have to add the x plus 9 first. So that should be in parentheses.
So we just scratch the first 9 plus x.
Well, yeah, I was just simply showing you, yes, in I would write that first, right? If you wanted to, I just wrote it again. All right, it's not, you're right. I could have just done 12 minus that, right? I could have just put the 12 in front here and said 12 minus that. All right, but I was kind of doing it step by step.
I didn't.
All right, number 4, go.
What is the difference between an expression and an equation?
Do you remember that?
No.
That's okay. This one's kind of tricky. An equation has an equal sign. You hear me? An equation has an equal sign. Like if I said this, x plus 3 equals 9, that's considered a what? An equation. If I said, for example, 2x equals 6, that's a what? That's an equation. It's an equation because it has a what? Right. If I said, what's x plus 2x, that's an expression because there's no equal sign. Is everybody with me? All right. So this, all of these up here, 1, 2, and 3 are called what?
Expression.
Because there's no what?
Equal sign.
Because there's no equal sign. All right. Let's move on. Now we're going to simplify the expression. All right. To simplify the expression, I want to highlight what's the same. 2a minus a. What's 2a minus a? Now keep in mind, in front of that a is the number what?
1.
1.
Oh, yeah, 1.
So go ahead.
Okay, so it would be 2a minus 1a would be 1a.
Very good.
And then you would do 5b plus 3b.
Wait a minute. 5b.
Plus, oh, yeah. Would it be minus?
Yes. So 5b minus 3b is what?
Wait.
Shh.
2b?
Yeah, very good. So it's just a second. 1a plus 2b. And I'm going to say it one more time, so listen. All right? This 2a minus 1a is 1a. Does anybody have any problems with that, Gavin? I'm asking you a question about 2a minus 1a. Do you understand that's 1a or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so stop. All right? I'm fixing you right now. You don't even know it. I ask you a question. Do you understand 2a minus 1a is 1a? You good with that, right? All right, now let me fix this. Now watch. Now what I'm trying to show you is this. This is where kids make a mistake.
Oh, yes.
This is negative 3 plus 5. What's negative 3 plus 5, Gavin? There you go, man. Perfect. You said it exactly right. Now, can you combine those terms right there? No, because one's a and one's a
B.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me now, Gavin. Shh.
And wouldn't 1a be negative?
So you're telling me 2 minus 1 is negative 1.
No, I'm saying that if it's minus 1a, it'd be negative 1a.
I asked you a question. 2a minus 1a. You want it to be negative a.
No,
No.
I'm saying 3b.
It's not 3b. It's negative 3b.
Yeah, I know. So then is it negative 1a because of the...
I have no idea what you're asking.
Because the
Shh. I'm wanting him to think through it because he's super smart and he can easily understand this, but he's making a mistake. So I'm trying to help him correct his
How
own
am I
mistake.
supposed to know the difference from negative 3b instead of negative it doesn't show anything.
Because I'm writing it right here for you. What's negative 3b plus 5b?
I know that, I'm just saying in general, looking at the problem, how am I supposed to know that's negative 3b and not negative 1a?
It is. It is. Listen to me, Gavin. Listen. I promise you. I'm trying to lead you to the right direction. So listen one more time, because I know you're not quite fully satisfied. So watch, so I can show you. When you read a number, listen to me. This will help you out very tremendously. All right. When you read numbers, this goes for everybody. I want you to look at this, Gavin, right now, and tell me, is that positive or negative 2a?
Positive,
Is this positive or negative 3b?
negative 3b,
What is this?
positive,
And what's this? Right, exactly. Now listen to what I'm telling you. Here's the thing. When we read numbers, this is minus also, right? So what I'm trying to teach you is that minus is the same as a negative. You hear me on that? So now, say this one more time. Read this number
2a,
and read this number.
1a,
No?
or negative 1a.
Right. You with me now? So that literally reads 2 minus 1, which is what? You with me on this now? Now I'm asking you about this right here. I want you to read this number for me. What is this number right here?
Negative 3b,
And what's this number right here?
positive 5.
Right. So do you understand why that's 2b now? Now, did you understand what I was trying to tell you? You're satisfied with all that, right? So again, guys, honestly, be patient with me, all right? I'll lead you in the right direction, I promise. All right? I want you to understand why it's the way it is. That's why I don't want you just, when you said that, Gavin, I don't want you just to say the answer is this, all right?
Why, when you how is it a plus 2b? How is it 1a plus 2b?
Because I combined the A's. I put 2a together minus 1a. That's what? 1a, right? Are you sure? 2a minus 1a is definitely 1a. Now the question is, what is negative 3b plus 5b? Yeah.
But why did you subtract?
I only did what you told me to do. I asked you what was 2a minus 1a, and you said 1a.
Yeah, why did you subtract 2a minus 1?
Because it says 2a minus 1a. What does 2a minus 1a mean? 1a. Do you see what I'm saying? Right? Gavin, does that make sense to you? You still look like you're not happy.
No, I get it.
You sure? We're going to do a couple more, guys. We're going to do a couple more. Remember, this is in this section where we're combining like terms. All right, so let's look at 6. Is there anything I can do with 4x squared?
No, because it's not any like.
No, there's nothing like. So we just, everybody write down 4x squared. And then what can I do with, go ahead.
It's
Hold on.
Okay, so you would do 4 minus 2.
That's
which
right.
is 2x.
Right.
So
Now again, keep asking me questions if you're not sure though. Is everybody happy with that? Okay, good.
Why wouldn't you do, since 4 and 2 both have an X, why wouldn't you put, isn't we put like commas before?
Yeah, you did put commas before on one of the sections. That was smart. Right, but now I'm just telling you, you already know that. So what your objective now is, listen carefully, is to take the ones that are alike and combine them.
okay.
4x minus 2x is what? 2x.
Put the plus sign for it.
So guys, can we add 4x squared and 2x?
No.
No, because it's not the same. The number in front here is telling me how many x squareds there are. X squared is different than x. You hear me on that?
Could you just do like negative 2 2x.
Okay, so look right here. Just a second. Just a second. If I say, what's 2 apples plus 3 pears?
You can't do that.
We just have what? 2 apples and 3 pears. One, some there because they're completely different,
You have 5 apple pears.
right?
Apple pears.
You can't combine.
And that's what we're saying. If I had 2 apples and 3 apples, I would have what? 5 apples. See, x squared is completely different than x.
Yeah, okay.
So you can't add them together. That's good questions, guys.
So this is for x.
Yes.
So you could do negative 2x plus 4x if you wanted to.
Yes. All right. Let me answer the phone real quick, guys. Everybody try to do the next one real quick. See if you're good. Try the next 2 real quick. Quiet. Hello? Yeah. Okay.
What happened?
All right. All right, here we go. So look at the next one, guys. I want everybody to underline or highlight what is, what can I add together? All right, what can I add together? Mr. Dan, are you with me today?
Yeah.
What can I add together?
6 and x2 and 2x.
You're awesome, buddy. That's exactly right. So what does that give me? What's 6x squared minus 2x squared?
4x squared.
You're awesome. 4x squared. Yes. Yeah, now what?
So you could do 4x and 3x.
Now listen, here's what's tricky now.
I wasn't gonna do that.
Look here. You're going to figure it out in a minute on your own. Read that to me.
Oh, negative.
Right, negative 4, right? And this is what?
Oh,
Positive 3.
Positive 3, yeah.
So what's negative 4 plus 3?
Is it negative 1?
You're awesome, man. That's right. That's right. See?
Oh, I didn't see that.
You see it now, right? That's what I'm trying to highlight for you to make sure you understand what's,
What do you plus negative 1 is?
well, plus negative 1 is the same as negative. You with me on that? So if we did, can you guys tell me negative 4 plus 3 is what?
1. Negative 1.
Is that negative 1?
Oh, yeah.
We did that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure like how I thought it'd be like 4x plus 3x.
But the 4 here is negative. Shh. Hold on a second. What he's doing.
How do you know 6x squared is positive?
Because there's a plus sign in front of it. If there's no sign in front of it, it's positive.
Oh.
It's like the number 1x. We don't say 1x, we just say x. And we know the x is positive. You with me now, right? All right.
Okay.
Gavin, then you want to know about the plus 3, right?
Yeah.
Just as what? Oop, plus 3. You combine things that were alike. X squared, x, and 3. Everybody good with that? All right, let's try the next one. Start with the largest exponent. Carly.
So would you do m3
That's correct.
plus m3?
And how many of those do you have then?
2.
That's correct, kiddo. 2m cubed. Or to the third power, right? So it's 1 plus 1. No. Think about what I'm telling you. The number in front tells you how many you have. I have 1m cubed, and I add another m cubed. I end up with a total of 2m cubed. That's exactly how you should be thinking about it. All right? Now, after cubed comes what? Squared, right? How many of those do I have? Negative how many?
2.
Negative 1. So it would be negative m squared. Now, I know what you're thinking. Can I put these two together? No, because this is a number. Okay?
And then what it
Plus 3m. And now, is anybody having a hard time with why I put plus 4?
No, because
2 to the power of 2 is 4. Brilliant, guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right, brilliant. Come on, tell me. And you're totally okay. Ask me a question. Come on. Well, I want everybody on the next one to draw a square. Everybody draw a square.
How's it put the square?
I know that.
You draw it and use
No.
He'd never do that. That's why he told us to draw.
All right, one side is 4x minus 5. What's the other side? That's correct. What's the other one? That's very good. What's the other side? 4x minus 5. What's the other side? All right. So now the hard part. I want the perimeter. So perimeter means what do I do?
You
Add all the sides. So now what I need someone to tell me, Avery, how many x's do you see?
4.
Right, so we're going to highlight that or underline it, however you're making a note to yourself. So if I have 4x, 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 and 4x, how many is that all together? Shh, let her think.
64.
Now, we're adding because it's perimeter, right?
Oh, yeah, so it's,
You're right, 16x. Very good. Very good. So 16x. Now, how many minus 5s do you have?
4.
Minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5 is all together
20.
minus 20 or negative 20. That was a good job. 16x minus 20. Everybody feeling pretty good about that? So I'm just asking you, what's 4x plus 4x plus 4x plus 4x? We're just combining terms. That's all we're doing. So anything with an m cubed, you're going to add them together. All right, let me give you another quick example. All right, I can do this for you. Ready? What if I say 2x plus 3 plus 5x minus 5? I'll let you try to do that one. Which ones do I put together? It makes what? Wow. That's it, I told you. Now, put the two numbers together. Well, say it. What are the numbers? What's 3 minus 5? Well, negative 2, right? If you have $3 and you want to give me 5, you with me? So 7x minus 2. Yes, sir.
For number 8, would you want to put, if it were a test, would you want to put 2 squared or 4? Would you care?
No, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. All right. All right, let's look at 10. Is that a true statement? All right. So, is 3 times 7 minus 20 equal to 1?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Does everybody agree? 3 times 7 is 21 minus 20, that's 1. Yes. Yes or true.
T or F?
Complete.
Okay, I'm good with that.
T or F?
All right, number 11. 64 divided by 4 is obviously 23. T or F?
No, because
Definitely false.
Right.
Definitely false. Does everybody agree with
Just
that?
put yes and no.
Wait, I just
I don't care.
I just thought it'll have equal 20 on
No, they're saying the question is it true? Determine if the given number is a solution.
Is that what the solution?
64 divided by 4 is 23,
Oh, no.
right? All right, here we go. Let's try 5. 60 divided by 5 minus 6 equals 7. What's 60 divided by 5? 12. What's 12 minus 6?
6.
So this is false also.
This stuff's easier because you're not sure if you did it right, but it's not the answer.
So now 185 minus 109, is that 76? Gavin, true or false?
True.
That is true. Very good.
Oh, that is.
Okay.
They've only told the truth.
All right, let's see if they're going to lie to you anymore. Let's look at 14. 20 times 25 minus 20 minus 100. Hold on. What's 25 minus 20?
It's
5.
5 times 20.
100.
100 minus 100.
0.
So
The truth is one. The truth feels
you're fine. Don't. Yeah, try to do the rest of it for homework. All right.
On our 4-day weekend.
We're not sure yet.
That's what